Okay, Australian ISV Canopy Tools has partnered with leading global audio and visual equipment maker Jabra. For more on the partnership, let's go live now to Canopy Tools CEO Dan Pearson. Dan, thanks for your time.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing very well. Jabra, fantastic, of course. Congratulations. It sounds fantastic. Talk to us what you guys do and what this will mean.
So our Canopy Manage product is a world-class IoT management platform. The IoT industry, as you may or may not know, by 2025 is estimated to be about approximately 25 billion devices. So it's a substantial fleet of sensors and things we need to manage. One of the recent additions is to that lineup is managing the Jabra headsets and its associated components. This has obviously been very timely with COVID-19, the global pandemic, and releasing all the workforce into work from home conditions, particularly in Victoria.
Yeah. Now, the integration with Jabra, talk about that. It's a world first to understand. I want to know about managing devices like Jabra headsets. Why so important?
Yeah, look, we get asked that question a lot, and people often look at it as a headset and say, well, it's a headset. It's not that cool. It doesn't need that management overhead. But it's I often use the analogy. It's like a horse. You buy a horse, you've got to buy a paddock and a vet, and so on and so on. A headset is the headset, and I've got a young teenage daughter, so that one comes home. But it's with the headset, it's very much about providing a safe working experience. Very ties similarly into your previous interview, safe working experience where you're not subject to things like acoustic shock. If you're using noise cancelling, because you might be working in a family background, the actual audio quality is good, so the customer experience is positive. And from an enterprise perspective, the only way you can manage that is to have a management solution overarching the headset, because the headset itself is only part of the cost. It's the total operating experience that's important.
Yeah, very much so. Now, can Canopy Manage be used actually in other industries as well? Different sorts of devices and sensors. Talk to us about some of the user cases.
Look, we have a wide range of use cases that we deploy Canopy in. I mean, it goes all the way from defence to managing ships, tanks, through to cruise liners. Even recently, we've actually moved into hand sanitizers. So we actually manage smart hand sanitizers. So you tell you the level of gel available in the actual hand sanitizer itself. So our platform is very flexible. It's been designed to focus primarily on IoT, but incorporate other use cases as well.
Now, I've got to ask, what is IoT?
Yeah, so I get asked that question a lot because Internet of Things sounds very nebulous. But
there you go. Now, I've heard that one, but IoT, now I understand.
So Internet of Things, really, if you look at it's everything that connects to the Internet is essentially smart.
Yeah.
So it could be your fridge talking back, it could be your Google Home device, it could be a dump truck on a mine site that's driverless. It really is many things, but the reality is that they're all connected to the internet and they are able to be managed and centralized, which then brings into play things like automation. So, for example, in your house, you could have your smart lights that turn on at a certain time, but when you come home, you could have your air conditioning running at a certain temperature on a summer's day. It's all these smart things coming together and working as a cohesive solution. Often people think of IoT as being, in the industrial world, corporate environments, but realistically, studies tell us that there are up to 30 devices in a house now, on average, IoT devices.
Pretty unbelievable, isn't it? Talk to us about the risks of, I guess, not having an asset management strategy in place when we talk about life cycle, no visibility on health and status as well, things like manual management too.
Well, look, probably the best way to articulate that is to give an example. So one of our potential customers is a sports stadium, and in a sports stadium, they've deployed 20,000 lights, smart lights. Obviously they're controlled because it's energy efficient, which is obviously good for the environment. But the downside to that is we've got 20,000 devices we now have to manage. 20,000 devices that we have to control power, and 20,000 devices that we now have to have a warranty and repair conditions on. So without an overarching management solution, that's not impossible. Also, in the COVID scenario we currently find ourselves, with borders locked down and remote travel impossible, to have someone go and flick a switch on something at a mine site or a remote location or a railway siding is virtually impossible. So to have a solution that not only plans, when it breaks, but also takes positive action, is where we're at.
Dan, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for talking to us here at Ticker.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.